I was trying to watch it and record. I didn't realize I was recording through YouTube as well. That's probably what was going on. So I'll probably end up redoing this video, but I'm going to carry on for now, then I'll check it out later. It was only a couple minutes. I don't know how long we were on, but we weren't on for long. All right, so the first 15 minutes of this video is not going to be the greatest, guys, but I may do it later. We're going to carry on. The very only big bag that we have of parts in here, which is all in one part. We're going to start out with the chassis. It's very well detailed, nicely done. Everything is nicely squared out. Everything is nicely prominent. Even where your fuel tank and stuff goes, everything is nice. The front end's not bent, not warped. Doesn't have any twists to it that I can see. The braces and all brackets all look good. Thank you. Sorry about that, Rick. I was not thinking this morning when I was watching YouTube, and I automatically went right to my computer and started recording. My apologies. If I need to, I'll redo the whole thing if it's really that bad. My apologies, though. That was my own silliness trying to watch something earlier today and forgetting to shut actually the live off. So, all right. So now we got to the side braces and brackets. I appreciate it. I did give you a shout out, though. I know you probably didn't hear it. But shout out to Rick Ramos for the donations here. Like I said, he did donate the Bobby Allison, the 1/16 Petty car, as well as the Snickers Revell car. So you guys, or monogram car. Monogram, not Revell, guys. So keep an eye out. Those builds are coming up. I also did some smaller videos and stuff for TikTok and other things of things that have come up that I still have to put on YouTube, Rick. I don't know if you heard that earlier because of the sound. All right, so we're going into the cage now for the interior. This is actually the safety cage for the actual Nascar. There's a little bit of sprue on it here, a little bit of overflow sprue flash on here. Most of it, again, is like right in the little tiny spot front end here, which maybe it was a little not quite as tight as it should have been around the seal. But it's still nice. Nothing's bent up. Nothing's all warped. Nothing's broken. So that's all cleanable stuff. There's some inside the cage rail here, as you can see. I can push it through for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Probably can't see too well because of my light now. Let me get that down too. There's the one that's going to work best. How's that? Okay, better, guys? Okay, there we go. There's a better shot for you. Maybe I can just shut this one off because I got the one behind me. Okay, little dark around me, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. We're trying to look at the part, not me and not my hands. Okay, got the back rail for it, the head rail for it, as well as the over cross member for the actual top ceiling rail. So that's in there for the support. All right, next sprue up is going to be right here. We have the pedals. We have the pedals here by my hand. We have the firewall. That looks like it might be the fuel tank. No, excuse me, that's the fuel cell. This is the fuel cell here. This is going to be the back dash. Some more internal safety rails. This looks like the battery box concealer, as well as the wheel backs, the hood. Beautiful, beautiful done. It is definitely well done. It is definitely well detailed. It's a beautiful kit. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this in the bag with the front end as opposed to having it, because there's the front end. There's two different front ends here, guys, that they give you here to do. One's a back end, I'm assuming. Nope, that's a front end as well. Okay, you get two different choices on front ends here, evidently, guys. So you get the actual Monte Carlo stock. Try to give, there you go, that's better. And then you get the Monte Carlo that's racing. Trying to give you a better look at it. I don't know how well, there you go. The light's kind of off over there. I should put a barrier up over here from the sunlight. All right, so you get two different ones. There's your rear end, the rear cap for the rear back of the body. So we're going to put those with the bag here because it's going to go. They're going to go back in the bag with this one. We're going to put both front ends in here, which I think that was actually the way they were when I got it. So those go in there like that. All right, you got your exhaust here. Seat fell off, guys. There's your single seat. Of course, it's a NASCAR. It's got one seat in it. I'm not positive what this is. It does look like it's some kind of a mechanism, though. Maybe oh, that looks like that might be a water bottle mechanism for him to drink from. All right, last rail, last but not least, is going to be the front end. Here's your one-piece suspension for the front. Your dual suspension for the back with your pumpkin here. There's your heads. There's, looks like part of your transfer case. There's the other side of the front end. Your two engine block halves. Your headers. Steering wheel. Dashboard here. Dashboard is well detailed, definitely well detailed. Got all the little gauges, nice little gauges, and the rest of it's nice and smooth on the side. There's your pumpkin. There's your shocks, your exhaust, as I said before, your radiator shroud. There are two. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, though, Rick. I do. And then the front, I will explain that in the instructions when we get to the instructions. But thank you. That looks like it might actually be the water bottle. I might have been wrong. And there's your belts, your fan. There's your fire extinguisher is here. Your oil filter is here. There's 2 springs for the rear of the car. Let's see, what else are we going to? So Rick's right. There are 2 different front ends here and here, as well as 2 different fronts for the car, bonnets for the car, that they'll show you in the instructions on how to do it and where, which one to put where. All right, let me go ahead and bag this back up so I don't lose anything or get anything damaged. And again, I apologize for the first few minutes of this video. If it's that bad, I probably will change it and do another one just real quick behind the scenes, and just throw it out there, Rick. But if people, don't really complain too much about it, I might go ahead and leave it. I'm not sure how bad it is. I'm going to have to watch it after I record. If it's that bad, like I said, I will probably remake the entire video, just do it one night late real quick and just put a new unboxing out just real fast. Not give any shout outs and that kind of stuff, and then remove this one. All right, so now we got all the pieces back in the bags. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bags, including the tires, which I'm going to put back in their bag now. 5 total bags in this kit. Instructions and decals. So hang tight and we'll get to the instructions and decals. All right, there's the 5 bags, as well as the body is here. Okay, next up is, as you see in the box, left over, that's it. So we're going to take the box. Very nice. The instructions are very nice. They're glossy. They're not like your normal instructions like you'd get at a Revel and stuff, where they're black and white and they're dull. First, I'm going to put this away first. First thing I want to do is I also want to give a shout out to the 3 best friends, Salvino Jr.'s Models. Give them a shout out. Go check them out, salvinojrmodels.com. I appreciate your brother Rick for donating these to the channel. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, bro. You never know, man. Maybe later on going down the road, one of them conversations may pop up and go, hey, you know what? That was Joe. What was he saying? Makes you think about me more through the day, brother. I apologize, though. Like I said, I've got my headset on. So I couldn't hear that my phone was actually still doing the recording from some stuff I was doing earlier, and that's me being a dum-dum. But again, you guys get to see it raw. If I screw up, you guys get to see it again. I'm not going to edit that out, because that's 15 minutes of video that I did, and I'm sure you guys can see what I want. If you want, put your volume down a little bit until I clears up. And just so everybody knows, it's hearing this nice and clear now. At the 16 mark, I do figure it out, because Rick tells me that my audio sounds like crapozoid. So I went and shut off my live. I was doing some other stuff this morning, and I was a dope. So, but salvinojrmodels.com. Go check them out. This is Rick Ramos here, right here in the comments here, that actually sent the donations in, and I appreciate you, brother, a lot. Hopefully we can get some more donations from others, and I will do everything I can to give them a shout out. Rick, if you want to, brother, and you want to give a shout out to whatever business you work for, whatever business you run and own, feel free to do so in the comments. But let's get back to the unboxing. Okay, so it's beautiful. Like I said, it's got nice gloss. As you can see on the shininess, it's got nice gloss. Again, they're made in the USA, guys. And this is a 1982 race winner. So it's the Chevrolet Monte Carlo Gatorade 1982 race winner. It's not just everyday NASCARs like I have up here. Okay, which is just, NASCARs that run on the circuit. I built this one as a police special. So this is actually a race winner, guys. So you guys are going to get to see a race winner being built here. I haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to fully paint the whole thing white or just leave it white, because I really love the way it shines. I really do. And if I paint it, I'm going to have to put clear on it to make it shine again and then buff it all out. But this thing shines so nicely. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we get to it. And you guys got to keep an eye out for that unboxing coming up. Or, I'm sorry, that build coming up. All right, so the first thing they show you is where the decals go. All right, they give you a little story about Bobby Allison and Robert Arthur Bobby, which is his name. Robert Arthur Bobby is his name. Allison, okay, was named one of NASCAR's, 50 greatest drivers. He was the 1983 Winston Cup champion and won the Daytona 500 3 times in 1979, 1982, and 1988. You guys want to check out the rest of what they tell you about his bio a little bit here? It tells you here in the instructions. But here's your decals, shows you kind of where everything is. I'll show you later on the decals when we're done here. I want to go through the instructions a little bit here. As usual, like I said, this is a beautiful instruction sheet. I'll tell you that right now. It's nice and sturdy and strong. It looks like it's easy to wipe stuff off of. When you get a little glue on something, it's hard to wipe off because it's absorbed right in the paper because the paper's thin. But this is nice thick paper, and it's nice glossy paper. That much I can say for this instructions for sure. It's a nice glossy heavy paper. The first one they're going to show you putting your engine together. Number 1 is there. Number 2 is here. That's the top end of the engine stuff, as well as down here at the bottom. They're showing you to make your choice of which chassis that you're going to run, which front end you're going to run for which year that you're going to run the car as. That's what number 5 does. It shows you 4 and 5 are telling you which ones are the front ends to use. Here is number 6, which is installing the engine to the chassis and subframe. Number 7 is putting your fire extinguisher. Now remember, this does not have a bucket. Everything goes right to the subframe, guys. So this does not have a bucket for your seats and all your steering wheel and stuff. Everything's right to the chassis. All right, cool. Beacon Roofing Supplies, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, guys, in the house. Guys, if you need any roofing done, go call my buddy Rick. Or call his company, and I'm sure they'll tell him they got the shout out. Tell him you found it on Plastic Addictions. That would be great. If somebody could tell me that they went and had a roofing job done by Rick and shoot me a video that shows Rick doing, or Rick's company doing a video and yells out to me, that would be pretty cool. I will give the same shout out back to you guys. So, Rick, if you're ever out there and you want to do a shout out for your company, mention me, show me the video, and I'll be glad to give them a shout out, brother. There'll be no problem in that whatsoever. You know, get me out there. I'm glad to know that we're all the way out in Oklahoma. And I know that's where you are. So, again, that is Beacon Roofing Supplies, guys. Go check them out. They're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back to the instructions. All right, we were at number 7 where we were putting the, excuse me, my throat's starting to get sore. Let me get a drink here, guys. We were putting in the stick shift, the, the differential transfer cooler, as well as the fire extinguisher. That's number 7. Number 8 is going to go through with starting out your sidewalls. That would be these pieces here. That's where number 8 starts in, when you start putting these pieces here in. All right? All right, and then you're starting to build your cage here. Carry on with the cage. 10, put your seat together, seat backs together. Put them in, as well as the water jug. That's what I thought that was, a water jug. Number 11 is showing you that there is decals that go in. Now, watch this. Number 11 has a decal that you're supposed to put in before you put in the other side of the rail. Okay? Number 12 is going to be your firewall, as well as it looks like your pedals arrangement. The back is your aluminum fuel cell. That's where it goes on the back. Number 13. Number 14 is going to be your support for the back end. Now, remember, all these cars, I think they're tin or they're a light metal. So they all have to have supports around the car. So there's your rear support for your kicker panels in the back, which is number 14. Number 15 is putting in your camera. So this came with a camera, guys, so that they could view and talk to each other, as well as show what's going on the course, on the track, excuse me. I get a little confused here, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, the petty bar. And a mirror. This is what they call a petty bar. There's going to be a bar in here specifically for a mirror. I guess Richard Petty himself designed and put in there. I read something about that a long time ago, that Petty was designing a mirror. So, and they put it on a specific place for him rather than put it, you know, like on the top of the window and stuff, though. This was his own idea. So I remember something about that a long time ago. The cage, they're also showing you the support and where the cage cross member goes to the crate, the cage X goes to. See, you guys, okay, there we go, that's better. So the cage Xing here goes through the firewall and back into, or through the back and back into the car. As you can see here, it goes through the firewall and goes back into the car and connects at the top of the cage to clear the top of the cage. And that's what they're showing you here, is the X bar. All right, over to here, we're going to be putting in, looks like the drive shaft. Oh, excuse me, steering shaft. They want you to paint the bottles over here aluminum. After you're completed your dashboard, they're showing you to put the dashboard in here. That's number 19. Number 19 is actually getting the dashboard together. I'm going to try to do it like this, see if I can do it. I don't know if I can. Number 20 is down here, guys. It looks like the rear end and suspension for the rear end is going in there. Over here is number 21. Let me peek over to where I got to see it right. Your shocks are going in here. I was pretty sure that's what it was. Here are your shocks going in. Back down here, number 22. Down here, looks like you're putting in your cross-member supports and your chassis supports. Number 23. I'm going to try to do this like this from now on. There's your drive shaft and your exhaust go in on number 23. All right, flip it over. And let's see, we have a total of 33 total instruction portions in here, guys, okay? So we're going to try to carry the rest of them on like this. Okay, so the rest of your shocks are going in for 24. 25 is over here. It's showing you where to put your radiator and your radiator shroud. Number 26 down here is your ×4 of your wheels, wheel back as well as wheel fronts. Number 27 is installing them through and onto your actually built chassis. Now, down here, they're showing you where to put in your air vent. This is an air tube that sends air into the car for the driver, all right? Now, we're going to go to turn it around to 29. 29, they're showing you to remove the X cross, this X cross here. They're showing you to remove it on 29. They're showing you to put your windows in here. Number 30 is putting your front cap on, as well as your rear stuff in 31. 32 is attaching your body to the actual subframe and chassis, as well as, I don't know what that piece is right there, hang tight. As well as the, wait a minute, wait just 1 second, I'm sorry guys. Okay, they're showing you the location pins. I was making sure to read it right. Showing you the location pins of where you're supposed to set the body to the chassis in that picture right there, okay? Next up is the very final one, number 33, is going to be your hood and your hood, what do they call them? Pins, NASCAR pins. They're calling them NASCAR pins, okay, are going to be these on your hood. All right, so that's all 33 portions of the instructions, guys. It says C right here. It says C back pencil for painting and instructions. It says paint window trim satin black on here when you're putting the windows in before you put them in. I would use a Sharpie on the actual 3 lines in the middle. See the 3 lines in the middle over here, guys? I would use a Sharpie on those to separate those two because they want a matte black. But that's what I would use. All right. I really kind of like the original front end. I'm not quite so sure, you know, how it's going to go, but I really like this front end. I really do. So we'll have to see which way I do with that. All right. Again, we're going to go to the decals now, guys, and I'm just going to show you the placement of them first. As you can see here, all your decals list is very nicely done. Like I said, it's real shiny. Sorry, it's getting the sunlight from the window over there. I was trying not to make it happen. And I'm trying to make this like less than a 45, 50-minute video. I don't want to do an hour video of an unboxing and people get bored with me. But I will say that we have a lot more coming up. The Snickers unboxing is coming up. The Ford's coming up. So you guys, this is our decals for this one now. And this is the Salvino Junior models. And it's SalvinoJuniorModels.com. Go check them out. It's the Bobby Allison build coming up soon. This is the unboxing. I appreciate you, Brother Rick, for coming in and checking it out. It's an amazing thing that you did, and I appreciate you more than I could ever say, that you felt the want to support and help my channel, and I appreciate that. I do this for all of you guys, and I keep saying this. I'm gonna do this again. Do. I have to do that. I don't know why. Every time I do, I say that again and again. Do. It's just one of my funny little quirks. But I want to say thank you very much from the heart. Any and all donations that are made to the channel stay to Plastic Addictions. They don't really go to me. I mean, yes, I do all the stuff, and I do receive them in my names, but you guys could mail them to Plastic Addictions at my address, and it's where it's going to go. It's going to go to my studio. I also want to mention out that we are 1 year, guys, 1 year away from moving out of our house, and might be not as easy to do lives. I'll probably be doing them from my phone, or we'll figure out a way for me to do them another way. But then shortly thereafter, a couple of months later, you guys are going to get to watch me build our studio. It's 2.5, 3 years coming, and since we started this, and by our 3rd year, I'd like to have a real studio to call the PAA studio, that you guys can actually enjoy looking around the room when I span and see your builds on the walls all over the place. That's my plan, is to get as many of y'all's guys' builds, get them printed up and printed out, maybe put them under glass, maybe just stick them to the wall, maybe just give a shout out here and there to them. But it'll be something that I can look at and see every time I go to build. I can look at all of your pictures and all of your builds that you send me as I'm building, to give me more push to keep doing what I'm doing. And you guys are why I do this. Rick, I appreciate you for being such a great follower and hanging out. My videos are not edited, so if I mess up something, you guys get to see it. If I get glue on something it shouldn't be, you guys get to see it. I don't hack them up and then just make it all purty. I can't stand that on some videos, the way they hack them up. I do put little icons on the screen like our Plastic Addictions logo, your guys' picture up there sometimes. I make sure you get to see that we're on Plastic Addictions Anonymous and the Model Asylum, a couple of my builds and that kind of stuff. But I don't edit my videos to look all cute. I add little things to make them fun. And I don't remove any screw-ups, guys. I got to let you know right now, if I screw up, I screw up. You know, it's part of the build. Why would I not show you guys that, so that you guys can learn from my mistakes? You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing about why I did this is I wanted to learn from you guys, but as well learn from my mistakes that would teach you guys or show you guys my mistakes so that you know not to do that or that you can figure it out. I also like to do different kinds of builds. So I want to do this real quick. I promised a buddy of mine I would do this. Okay, because I'm always yelling out about my cars and my trucks and all those things. Now, everybody knows I'm starting a diorama. Okay, and if you don't, go watch one of my videos. I have started a eras gone by video. Okay, I'm going to do that in a minute. I just dawned on me. See, I'm switching around. I got to stop doing that. Okay, let's go back to this real quick. I'm sorry, guys. What we all came for. Big decals. All right, so there's your hood decals, guys. Okay, it's going to look sweet as all get out, guys. It's going to look so sweet. I'm going to love it. It will be the only white and green NASCAR I have. It's going to stand right out. I actually decided, my wife and I were talking, and she's one of my biggest supporters and one of my biggest loves. She got me into this a couple years ago, and she is constantly giving me ideas on how to do paint jobs and what the leaks look like. My eyes aren't so great, so I don't pick colors too well. So she helps me figure out the shades that I'm trying to do. But she's a big supporter, and she's really, really into making sure. She's really trying to get us a big piece of land with a barn on it. So I'd really like to have a loft studio. I really would, guys. That's like one of my dreams now that I've been doing this. I want my own little loft that I can have music in the background, and I can have nice lighting in, and a little cooler in there, so a freezer, refrigerator in there, stuff like that, all right? Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. Murphy's with Brothers Keepers Roofing. Okay, cool. I appreciate it. That's perfect, Rick. I don't mind. I understand you do. Okay, Rick does the supplies. He doesn't really do the. But please tell them if he wants to give a shout out. Please tell him to come subscribe to my channel. Tell me who he is. Tell me where you came from, and I'll be glad to give him a shout out. I have no issues with that. Our channel is going to be basically platform to donations coming in, and I'm not I'm not going to monetize and say, hey, you know what, come pay me to do this, that, and the other. If you choose to donate for me to giving you the yell out, or you choose to donate to the channel to keep us going, that just makes me want to do more, and I appreciate that. You have no idea how much that helps us out. I am a stay-at-home dad, and I do. This is the way I keep my sanity. And you guys help me get out there in the world, and you guys are my family and my friends. So I'm so glad to have people from all over the world. I don't want to forget to do the last ones. This is badass, guys. Check out those decals, man. Check that out. That is going to be, I'm not sure which way I'm going with that, but that, my friend, is badass. I'm going to love it. I appreciate it, Rick, man. It's awesome. And like I said, if I could move my camera around, I showed you one NASCAR, but I'm not kidding. I do have NASCAR, Rick. It's not this is one Budweiser NASCAR I did, okay? This is the Home Depot NASCAR I did. I have an older one up here. And believe it or not, recently I had a follower call me and ask me to sell him some of my old NASCARs. But there's one of my oldest ones. This one's 35 years old, the Hardys. As you can see, it's a really old kit. They don't make them like this anymore, guys. It might even be missing a few pieces. That was just it. And see, look, the shocks are all falling off stuff. These are kind of repairs that I have to do to these things because they're so old. But I've had this one since the day I got married. Which was 36 years ago I got married. 35 coming up on 36. And here's my 50-50 car. I got this off of eBay, and the owner the guy who sold it to me at first didn't tell me that it was all warped out and bent. So when I show you this, guys, it's funny as crap because right when I picked it up, I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with that. I made a 50-50. Because this whole side of this car was like warped from heat. He left in his car or something. So I made a 50-50 NASCAR. It's the Goodwrench NASCAR. It's the number 3 NASCAR. Okay, it's the Goodwrench NASCAR. But I cut the whole half of the body off and just made a 50-50. So now everybody gets to see right down inside the car where everything's at, where everything goes. I thought it was pretty cool, just a little fun thing. So, but I sold a few of my NASCARs recently, and I bought. Okay, guys, we are finished with the Bobby Allison unboxing because I don't want to keep carrying off on that. But I want to thank you again, Rick. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and it's an honor that you to me that you are supporting and helping support our channel. It says a lot to me, and it makes me feel really, really great to know that, like I said, I've never professed to be the best builder in the world. I never professed to be a pro builder or a great builder. I'm just a builder that likes to build. Some of my stuff comes out great. Some of it doesn't. you know, but you guys get to see everything from start to finish. I'm probably not going to change this video and just leave up the nasty thing because I don't like editing that kind of stuff out because that leaves 15 minutes of video you guys didn't get to see and all the shout-outs and stuff. And my apologies for that, guys, again. But there's your Bobby Allison from Salvino Juniors. I appreciate that. Go to SalvinoJuniorModels.com. Please, guys, go check them out and give them a shout-out. Tell them you saw the Gatorade NASCAR that I received here from Rick Ramus, and you just had to go check out their builds. Give them a yell, give them some love. So there's your car, guys. There it is, all up and back in the box. Guys, coming up, I already did a coming up, so I'm not going to do that again. But I am going to show you what I got, which I'm very excited to start doing as well. I sold this, and I'm going to tell you who I sold it to. I built one of these about the first year I started back building. I built one of these. I don't know if you've ever built one or seen one, Rick, but on the chassis, all along the chassis, they have rivets and bolts where everything goes, where everything gets bolted to. I took my little Molotov chrome pen and I chromed each and every one of those rivets and bolts on that chassis on the build, the old build. I sold it to my buddy Dave Winter. He's on our Facebook groups. If you want to see a picture of it, go ask him, and I might be able to find one here on my in my stash of pictures from models and stuff that I built. If you want to see what it looks like and everything, I got a lot of pictures of this. But I had to get another one, so I bought this one, and I decided now, because I also bought this one. Now, recently I bought this one, okay, the snowplow. Now, Samuel Stokes sent me a big box of parts. That's in another video. And in that big box of parts was a snowplow, brand new, still in the bag, just like. Now, this is an unboxing that's coming up, guys, so don't look too close, okay? Because this is an unboxing that's coming up. Oh, I already did the unboxing of that. I should have used that. Okay, so this came in a parts box from Sam Stokes. This exact kit right here, if that belongs to a snowplow, right off of this kit. Now, in this bag, that bag that came in the bag that I'm going to be opening here, are two different types of front end components. There is the snowplow, but there's also a salt spreader in there. So I'm going to make this one a snowplow, and I'm going to put the salt spreader on that one and make it a team event. So when they get the snow up, the salt guy comes right behind them and throws the salt on the ground. Now, this is a bigger bed than this one is. So the salt would be better in the bigger bed, right? The snow, you're not really going to pick snow up. You're just plowing it to move it around, right? Right. But maybe if you need to put salt down, you can put salt in the bed here too. But this big old boy is going to be following behind with the salt and the salt spreader on the front of it. So you guys can't forget that. We are going to mash up those two partially. That's only going to be a partial mashup. You guys want to check out any of my other builds, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, follow. I want to throw this out real quick. Again, we're going to talk about my diode that I'm making real quick. I have two more planes to add to it. I did a video recently on it. Right now it has the F1 Sopwith on it, as well as the Spitfire. I have a Spitfire on there. So my next two builds for that diorama are going to be the P-51 Mustang is going to go on there, as well as the 1918. So that will be 4 eras of airplanes, 4 times of airplanes, all 172 scale that are all going to go on one diorama, and it's going to be called Eras Gone By, A-I-R-R-A, just so you know. All right? All right, now, for you military guys, I have a Panther coming up, Airfix. This is all in the videos, but I wanted to show you guys that you guys have gotten me going from cars and trucks, which is what I normally do, to doing tanks and airplanes. What are you going to have me do next? Ships? Ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh, I need to buy a ship. Okay, see? Look at that. Look what you guys do to me. All right. And, of course, we already started the stake truck. I'm going to give you a little peek of it because we've already done all the painting and stuff, so we're going to show you a little peek. All right, so I did it in forest green. I thought that was badass myself personally. I thought it was forest green on this side, but it's not. It's blue. Blue. I thought it was forest green. So I did it forest green, but I like it. And I painted the box already. I haven't painted the outskirts bottoms, but it's going to be pretty cool, guys. Should be fairly cool. All right. So got that going, got that started. And also, I have the Mercedes-Benz we're still doing. All right, brother, I appreciate you, man. I do appreciate you, Rick, and thank you for coming in and hanging out. I try to keep my shows about an hour. We're about an hour, brother, so that's cool. You stayed. I appreciate it, and I do apologize again for the crappy audio, but I'm probably going to leave it, so yeah, my proof of that I don't edit crap out. Peace, brother. You be safe out there, and I'm going to sign off, too, here. I just wanted to run through a few more things as well as the Allison and make it a little bit worth your waiting around because of the audio. Love you, brother. Keep an eye out for the Snickers coming up, Rick, because I will PM you when I do the Snickers up, and you can come out and hang out there, too. Glad you got your notifications on. I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Plastic Addictions Anonymous. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Hit that bell so you get notifications. And do me a favor. Go search every platform you know of for the words Plastic Addictions or Plastic Addictions Anonymous, and I bet you find us and we're on there. We're out of here, guys. Joe from Sunny Side.